Last week we saw how Mark was unflasking Nepenthes and preparing them to be outside. It's been 8 weeks and now it's time to follow up. So coming up.
Sure, yeah. So, I'm going to start with the ambularia that we deflasked 8 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we can see now how it looks like. This one, it has been already 8 weeks. Unfortunately, as you saw last time, let me take out the lid a little bit to see what we have here. So, if you remember last time what happened, this one, it got knocked down during the shipment. And when the flask arrived, it was all scrambled, the content inside. And the tips were submerged inside the substrate and the roots were up. So it was a little bit messy. So maybe that's what caused the issue here. It was here, there was like 24 plants, and now we are down to, I think 15 or something,
yeah,
16. 15. Yeah. So, I think whatever left here is going to survive anyway. I can show you some examples. Like, for example, you can see this one. Like, the whole original plant, it's all like dried and died. But you can see there is a little bit new growth here. Okay. See, like this couple of leaves, even it has pictures. Yeah. So this one, that's all new growth under my care after it was deflasked. So this one is going to do fine. And as last time, as I told you, if you have small bits and pieces, don't throw them.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what happened. Like the big plants died, and this one was super tiny, and now they're growing new plants. And you can see the pictures, the leaves, so this is going to do fine as well.
Very nice.
I wouldn't say it's too bad, to be honest. Like, I got 50-50 survival rate. That's still fine. See, you got here 1 and 2.
Uh-huh.
Some others, this is not so great. This one is going to survive as well. I can show you the big one. Surprisingly, this one made it.
Okay.
See, that's the new leaves there. See, all the old leaves, it was inside the flask. It's all burned down. Yeah. And it's just going to die later. But this is the new natural looking leaf.
And I guess the new leaves are thicker.
Yeah, much thicker, and the shape is different, the color is different, everything is different.
But no picture on this one.
There is actually, it does.
Okay.
Sorry. So, what the issue here, but you can see how long it is. Like this one, I can't even sell it. It looks like the client will tell you, I was ordering a plant, not a palm tree. Mm-hmm. It's super long, and it looks a little bit weird. So, what I was thinking, how to resolve this. Maybe I will let it grow a little bit stronger, and then maybe I can cut only the top part and repot it.
Yep.
And treat it as a cutting, so it will grow new roots, new plants. So you will have more like a normal looking plant than this one, because this is not really nice, to be honest. And after cutting that, I will just keep this one and hoping it will grow a basil or something. So after it will grow basil, I will just cut this dry part, and so it is going to look like normal plants later. So it's not really bad. You can still see here, for example, this one looking really good, this one, and it's not too long, so I can leave it as it is and keep it growing. Actually, I have 2 plants here.
So it was 1 single flask, right?
This was 2 flasks, actually.
2 flasks?
Each flask has 12. Yeah, it has 12 plants on each flask.
Okay, so you have like at least 20 plants.
Maybe. So it's still okay. It's not too bad. I can tell the shipping, the problem that happened during the shipping, maybe it caused this, or maybe it was a bad manufactured by the lab. It wasn't really great. Yeah, because you can see even the shape of the plants, they're not looking like a real plant, like some random organic matter going everywhere. So it's not really great. So this also... So it's a gamble, to be honest. Like when you buy a flask, including 10 plants, you can see all kinds of things. And as you can see, like some of them, they're pretty small and some of them, they are really large. It's not consistent. They're not the same size. So that tells there's actually something wrong with them. Okay. Anyway, now to the good part. Let's take this out. So after our interview, what we discussed together, I think the next week or after 2 weeks, I got another shipment from another supplier for much more tissue culture plants. And these guys, they did really well. Like,
Cool.
I'm really happy with what I have here.
What is
Take
it?
this out. Yeah, I will tell you. So it's actually multiple species.
Uh-huh.
So this one, as you can see, it's 3, 6. It's like already more than 4 weeks, and they look great. So this one is peltata. You got around like 6 or 7 peltata, and that's a bit shy barrio, and they look really great actually. So these guys that already well established, and I think they will. I can start selling after 2 weeks. They are good to go.
Wow.
So I don't see any issue with them. They have good roots now, and they have well established. And by the way, these guys, they were sold by the supplier. The supplier already took them out from the flask and shipped them immediately. So they were not shipped in the agar, and maybe that helped make them stronger a little bit. And what they also did, they only choose the good-looking plants and send them, and I think they throw away the bad ones. So that also helps the clients to have a much better result. But of course, they are much more expensive when they're doing this way. So when you get flask, we have so many plants inside. Like sometimes it's a mess. It's much cheaper, but you have, as you can see with ambularia, there is a risk you will lose so many. When you get individual plants, they will look great, but at a little bit more expensive cost. Still works. See, like this one.
Yeah.
This is also example what I told you. The biggest one we had, it has so much burns. Because as I told you, when you get big plants out of the vitro, they are more likely to burn. They have more space, it will dry out. But it already grow the new leaves, see like 1 and 2, and starting to get picture here. And the new leaves looks really nice. So there's no issue with this one at all. Even I got a nice basil here.
Yeah, I see that.
The basil looks stronger than the original plant.
Wow, that's
for
very
me,
nice.
for me, the ideal size when you get a tissue culture plant is this one. This one did a fantastic job. Look at that. All the leaves are still okay. Even the pictures are still okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna put back the cover on this one. So yeah, as I said, after 4 weeks, you can open the vents on the cover. Just open like that, and leave them for another 2 weeks, and they're done. So we got here more Vichai Barrio. We got lots of Ovata.
Okay.
Looks so beautiful. Is the focus is okay in the camera? I can't really see.
It's okay.
If they are out of focus. See, all the pictures are still okay. Like, this is the result that we should expect from tissue culture after deflasking. Nice. So as you can see, the best advantage from tissue culture plants, you have so many basils.
Yeah.
Sometimes they grow like crazy. And it will be more profitable for you. Like, you can cut the basils and let them have roots, and now you have a new plant. I remember one time I got Lingulata. It has 8 basils, and I cut 6, and they all survived. So I ended up with 7 plants.
What was the size of the basil?
The size of the basil. Sometimes they are all like almost the same size as the plant. They're all big.
Okay.
And you can make new plants out of them. So here we got lots of Ovata. We got Flava. Actually, I'm very excited for the Flava. This is gonna look really nice. You know, it's more like this toilet chip pictures like Jampan or Jacqueline. but also it has some interesting characters. So this one is going to look really fantastic. And look at this one, Spectaculis. So beautiful. Even we got some really large specimens, and it survived really well, even with the pictures, everything. Like, it's mind blowing. Look at this one. You got actually 2 of them. The size is just fantastic, and super healthy plant.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look how many basils. Like this one, 3 plants you got already.
Wow. Yeah, that's fantastic.
See, nothing died off, nothing dried. So the deflasking on this one was very successful. As I said, it could be the supplier, like the lab, did very good job making these plants. And since they took them out and shipped them without the substrate, that also helps protect them a little bit.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, so many factors that they play this role. So I would say, like, especially for beginners, if you can find a lab that will take them out for you, and you do the hardening yourself, it's a little bit safer than getting the flask with the substrate. I'm talking about the shipping, because so many things can go wrong during the shipping, especially if you're getting them from overseas. This is one of the plants that I really love, and I was very happy also it was a good success. This is Camperonata.
Mm-hmm.
So we got, actually I ordered 4 plants from the supplier. So this is the 4 main plants, and they also give me 2 more free, like small basils, and they all made it, even the free ones. So as you can see, unfortunately, during the hardening sometimes, and actually this one is very hard to make with tissue culture, to make it harden, because it requires to stay dry, substrate, and it needs very low lighting. If the light is a little bit strong, it will burn it.
Wow.
So this is one of the most difficult, actually, deflasking I've done. And as you can see, all the pictures are already dead, which is very normal.
Yeah.
It's very normal, so I don't really have to cry about that. And as you can see, some of the leaves, they got burned, just dry, which is also normal, because when they are inside the flasks, they are 100% humidity for since eternity. And when you take them out, is no matter what you do, it will burn some leaves at the end. But the new growth always looks fantastic.
Yeah.
So this is a very healthy plant. Even the pictures are dead, it's going to grow new pictures, and it's going to be all right. But as you can see the substrates here, I keep it on the dry side. If I overwater it, it will kill it at this stage. It will just go in to rot.
Wow.
So here we got big plants, well established, looking so beautiful. This one, I think I already have them for 7 to 8 months.
Okay, wow.
So these guys, they are Rafael Sienna by Sibigonensis. We also call them ski. This is ski. They are lowlanders, and they are growing so beautiful and so big. They are really fast growers, actually, and making me worried that I need to report them or transfer them very soon.
Yeah.
They start as very tiny plants. See, they are even now entangled together. You can't even separate them anymore. They are just hanging like, okay, we want to stay together.
Yeah, you will have to report.
So you can see the pictures, everything, looking really beautiful. So this is what happened with tissue culture. Sometimes they can grow crazy fast. It also depends on the species. Sometimes hybrids are much faster growers than species, and this one is a hybrid. I love the beautiful colors of the leaves, how they get this red brown shape. So nice. Yeah, so this is one of the best plants I have from tissue culture. So these guys, they're already around 6 months old. Rafael Sienna. They are the red squat variety. And this one I should start selling, I think, in 2 weeks. I'm going to release them. They're so pretty.
Yeah, nice color for the
6
leaves.
months, yeah. 6 months old. The colors are fantastic.
Yeah.
Usually lowlands, they do more colors when they have a little bit of light.
Yeah.
And actually, the lighting, it wasn't so strong. And they still got this nice color.
Very nice.
Yeah, so that's one of the best examples of tissue culture and how they can turn out really nice after a little bit of care and a little bit of time.
Okay.
And now, finally, let me take this out a little bit. As I mentioned to you before, even I have a lot of tissue culture. I support more the seed-grown plants because I just love seeing them growing from seeds. Like it's very exciting process and enjoyable how to see these babies, especially if it's your own hybrid and you're making this for yourself. It's very exciting. So this is all seed-grown plants.
Okay.
And you can already see the difference. Like even when they are at small age, you don't see all these dead leaves or the extra lengths. They are very subtle. So this one is pulchra. See the age? It's been since last year. This is more than 1 year old.
Yeah, I know.
Look at the size. This is 1 year old.
It's still great, but seed grown
it's very
sometimes take
beautiful.
forever.
And you see, even when they are 1 year old, they can start showing the traits of the species from now. As you can see, pulchra, it has a little bit the shape leaf. It looks like truncata, but a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the picture shapes as well. And I think after this stage, for the next few months, it's going to double the size. So from now, they're going to grow really fast. And this one is petiolata. Almost the same date, 1 year old. Wow. Look how beautiful it is.
Yeah, it is. I have also the petiolata, but mine are 9 months ago, and they are still tiny. It's maybe an inch pitcher, but the leaves are really small compared to yours.
To be honest, there is so many factors when they grow. Like I noticed the same seed patches when I put them in different locations, they have very different results. It could be something to do with the lighting or the fertilizer or so many other things. For example, this one is receiving 2 to 3 hours direct sunlight.
Okay.
And I think it helps. Like some seeds grown I have inside, they are growing only on grow lights. They are a little bit slower. So maybe this could be one reason. And actually, the sad part about seed-grown plants, there's so many will die on the way. And this is very natural. And that's actually one reason that seed-grown, I really support that seed-grown plants, they have to be much more expensive than tissue culture because they are much harder to propagate and much harder to grow. And so many will die on the way. Especially with pest. Pest can kill them very easy. And you have really to watch out for them and protect from pests all the time. For me, I have some nice tricks, as you can see, how to protect this one from pests, especially the fungus gnats. And even springtails. Everybody's saying springtails are friends and they are good insects. But when you talk about seedlings, if you have so many springtails, they will kill your seedlings. Because they might accidentally, they eat all the algae and all the bad material around the plant, and they will accidentally eat some of the roots from the seedlings and eventually kill them. So springtails are good, but so much springtails is bad. Like everything in life, you can eat one orange, it's good, but if you eat 200 orange, you're gonna go to hospital. So So what I'm doing sometimes, I put this. See, I already got something there. This is sticky tapes. it really helps driving the fungus gnats away. And sometimes I sprinkle a little bit of sundew seeds. They are very good catchers for all kinds of small pests.
Yeah, good idea.
But I don't sprinkle too much, because if I put so much seeds, they might overgrow the Nepenthes and suffocate them. So I have to be very careful with the sundews. I can show you later. I have one pot. I sprinkle so many seeds, and I can't see Nepenthes anymore.
Yeah.
What I get also, that's a Troncata. Look at that.
Troncata.
Seed grown. That's Troncata giant. You can tell it's Troncata from the picture size. Look at that.
Yeah.
Like, even the leaves are super small, but look at the picture. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
This one, Nebularum. Yeah, you can tell Nebularum. It has very similar leaves to Troncata.
Yeah.
And the picture is a little bit smaller, and it's already showing coloration on the picture.
Okay. Nebularum, it's
more green.
I read Nebularum was in fact Brocantii.
Yeah, they are very similar. They're very similar.
Somebody was saying it's like a variant of Brocantii, but I'm supposed to get a big one after my vacation, so I can't wait to see. You can
actually, they are still different. There have been so many people mistaking the two of them, but I can tell you from experience, Nebularum is more black, and the Peristom is more rolled back. Rob is more flared and more red color.
Okay.
So
good to know.
But they are still like from the same family. And to be honest, both of them, they are coming from Troncata family. You can tell from the leaf size, from the leaf shape. And look at this, how beautiful it is. Yeah. This one, seed grown from my own cross. This one I pollinate with my own hand. It's a little bit complex hybrid.
Okay.
It's a complex hybrid, actually. It's, I think, Ventricosa, Sporcae, X Rebeca Super, X Sanguinea. So it's a little bit complex. But it's really exciting to watch them grow. And you can see the germinating rate when you have your own seeds. Because you just get them out of the pods and then just sow them. And they have much more success rates than getting from someone else. Because most of the seeds, they just die during shipment.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting.
But you will have to separate them soon.
Yeah. I think I will leave them until they become double the size.
Okay.
And then we'll separate them.
Wow.
This one was crossed by a good friend of mine, Australian growers. That's Maxima vici mollis. That's also seed grown. And this one, I think it's going to be a beast. It's going to be a really nice plant. So, So yeah, that's some examples of seed grown plants.
Thank you for showing me and us all that, because tissue culture and flasking, I heard a lot about when people sell the tissue culture unflasked already, so you just have to pot them and that's it. But the unflasking, it's kind of hard to find around, and now it makes sense because there is potentially a lot of damage on the plants. So.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, it's a little bit tricky. So yeah, you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, even if you are very experienced, as you said with this example, something can go wrong during the shipping, or maybe even weren't made very well. So this also affects. You're gonna lose so many plants, but still, it's a little bit rewarding. Like, I think even half of them died, the other half, it's still okay. Like, still, we can get some plants from them.
Yeah. So that's still a good deal.
Yeah, but it's gonna take time. When something bad happened like that, I think it's gonna take a few more months, at least until you can see you have some good-looking plants and you can start enjoying them. But it could be a year sometimes if something goes bad. So it's a long journey. It's really enjoyable to do this kind of business, especially for someone like me who's been doing this kind of office work or animation for a long time. and now it's a really nice change. It's good to clear your mind and do some physical work, and it's really enjoyable because I'm not sure how, but I really fell in love with this kind of Nepenthes or Carnivorous plants there. Sometimes I feel there's something out from the planets. Like, they're not like anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you stay with them, the more you discover more species, more traits. The more you you can't go back. The more you go deeper inside this hobby.
And you really went all in when we started discussing like 2-3 years ago. At the very beginning of YouTube, you were just starting, and now you have a full greenhouse. You are doing unflasking, selling plants, doing your own seeds. That's a big improvement.
Yeah, exactly. I remember actually. It also brings back to mind that we've been talking for quite a while. I think 3 years.
Yeah.
And I think the first time we get in touch, that time I still have the grow tent. It was like a small grow tent.
Yeah.
And a little bit of windowsill with some other plants. And I was showing you the comparison between the windowsill plants and the grow tent plants.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was very exciting times.
Yeah.
And yeah, suddenly everything's just starting to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And to be honest, for me, someone like me in my age, I can't take things slow anymore. Like, I'm already 42 years old. So if I want to wait 10 more years to get things started, like, okay, take it easy, slow down, what have left.
Yeah, but that's a good success for all the installation. Plus, now you have your website, your shop, you sell some plants. That's a great success.
Yeah, I really appreciate all the support I got from everyone as well. Like, I am really blessed to have a very good group of people around me, some nice Australian growers and good friends. They really supported me from the start, like sharing information, sharing our experiences, like making things look more exciting. So I also give a lot of credits to the people around me, also my family, that everybody supported me to get the wheel rolling very quickly. Even you, Remy, like, I remember when I started, I also learned a lot from you. I really enjoyed watching your videos, and like, for you, you might think you are doing this to enjoy as a hobby, like making these YouTube videos. But trust me, for people around the world, like even people like me when they started, we learned so much from you. Like, you also get us more into this kind of thing, like when watching your videos, and you're doing really great. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, that's an interesting journey. My YouTube plus your greenhouse, that's something, a cool project.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully things will go for the best. And as I mentioned before, we are now expanding. Actually, we are getting another greenhouse outside, much bigger space, and we also have partnership with a local lab in Australia that's going to also supply us with tissue culture plants. Also, a few imports, like very interesting news, are going to happen soon.
Cool. Well, I will put all the links possible on the description of the video, so it help support you.
Oh, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that.
Thank you for showing me all the tissue culture thing, and maybe we will even do a part 2, another unflasking later. Yeah,
for sure. Flasking. Also, as I mentioned before, we might do some unboxing for some of the imports that I'm going to have soon. So yeah.
Cool. Okay. So thanks.
And thank you so much as well for your time and for doing this. Like with me, it really means so much. Like, I couldn't expect actually when I was starting to talk to you first, like to make this happen now. So that's really exciting for me as well.
Cool. My pleasure. If you want to know how to grow Nepenthes from seeds, here is a video for you. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, happy growing.